A dozen games of hoops on Friday.
It's Warriors today.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. We've got NBA basketball in store for you here on 2K Sports. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Now Golden State's starting five. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut and the five down low. And it's Terrence Jones with the finish.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
And Curry, here we go.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6 going into the final game.
Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the #2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in second in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12-16 against the other playoff teams out West.
Back to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Curry gets the bucket.
They really...
Here's Howard. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Got that one up quick.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Curry can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Another 3 for Golden State.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And Howard, here we go.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Here's Curry. And that one's good. Curry's got 12.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Outside, Green. And the Warriors get it back. The second chance effort. Green missing again.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Howard. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Iguodala kicks to Spates. And it's sent back by Howard. .44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ariza with the bucket.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
From deep Harden, the Warriors pull it in. Here's Iguodala. Stolen by Harden. There's the lob to the hoop. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Rockets lead by 10. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets, Harrell is out there with Corey Brewer. Then it's Lawson. And it's Capella in at the center.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's McDaniels. Green with the block. Here's McDaniels. The feet to Capella. Lawson in the corner. Here's McDaniels. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Thompson dishes to Bogut. Curry against Lawson. Got a piece of it.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Here's McDaniels. Capella, the pass to Brewer. Eleven feet out, and he hits it. Brewer's got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and three-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the 76ers.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Green.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Harrell kicks to Lawson. To the paint. Here's Capella. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Capella's got his first points in this one.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Oh, and the dunk by Brewer. And it's a 12-point Houston lead.
Unbelievable what I'm seeing here. Is this the dunk contest?
Hey, this one counts, Clark. Believe me, what confidence to attempt the alley-oop to himself.
He couldn't resist on that. The adrenaline just flowing. One of the more spectacular plays we've seen.
And that one's good. 14 points for Steph Curry.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And good on the basket. Book it. McDaniels got his first bucket of the night.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6. When I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Poked loose. Now here's Curry. He's got 16. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Curry's got 19 points.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Lawson dishes to McDaniels. 1 second left, and that's not going to go. And now the 3rd quarter had to get going. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
And the 3rd quarter about ready to get underway. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
You know, I'm not sure that he can continue to shoot the 3 as well as he has up to this point. He has been lights out.
You know, sometimes, Greg, you have those nights where the basket just looks twice as large as it is. Grand Canyon size. It might be one of those nights for him.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. And it's Azili in at the 5. Harden inside the 3-point line. And an air ball on that one. Way off. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Here is Livingston, defended by Beverly. The drive by Iguodala. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponents. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe two, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
Timeout called the Warriors. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Spates checked in for Draymond Green. The score now all even. Spates has got his second bucket of the night.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside. Ugh, ugly start.
Woo. Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game. I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Livingston passes to Spates. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Jones gets to Ariza. Ariza with another miss. And it's the Warriors' ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Harden up top. Pushes it to Howard. Kicks it out to Harden. And Howard with the stuff.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
He is one of the most determined. Houston Barnes, he's checked. Klay Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his third assist on the night.
Yeah, he doesn't give up on the play.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Three-pointer, Lawson.
Defensively, you know, a little uneven in that first half, but they've been far more focused and consistent here in the second. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Good on the second free throw. Rockets trail by 5. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Warriors have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Curry attacking. Spates kicks to Barnes. Thompson outside. Here's Azili. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Warriors ahead. They finish off the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here's Curry. Puts it up off the inbound. And it's good on the way in. Curry's got 4 points this quarter.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts. You know, this half hasn't been as successful for him as the first. He's having difficulty getting it to fall.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
Rockets trail by 7. Harden dishes to Howard. Back to Harden. He kicks to Howard. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Bogut.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions yet.
Curry passes to Green. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
And if carrying the team during the regular season wore Harden down, Greg, as you're talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
Timeout called the Warriors. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in an emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
It's stolen by Jones. Harden inside the three-point line. Screen by Howard. Harden kicks to Jones. And the shot is good. Now just a three-point Warrior lead.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Some nice passing by Golden State. Outside Curry. 5 on the clock. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
On its way from Curry for two. Over to the left wing. .102 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Second shot opportunity. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And here's Harden for three. The shot will not go. The Warriors go the other way with it.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Again, the miss by Harden.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Instead, it had the opposite effect. He looked foolish.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Azili comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Top of the key, Azili. On the wing, it's Iguodala. And nothing but hair on that one. Fires for three. Misses the shot. So we see the Warriors get the